How do you build bigger arms? Well, I'm going to cover the exact strategies, the exercises, the reps, the sets, the frequency, and actually give you a plan at the end of this video on how you can build bigger arms. Now, I don't know about you, but I started at 120 pounds. I was small, skinny, that's like 8 stone. So I had pipe cleaners where my arms were supposed to be. So it's taken me a decade of trial and error to at least make some serious progress and now pass this on to our clients and also you as well. So I'm going to cover everything that we personally use on the Fat Loss Forever program and I have used over the years in order to build muscle, to build bigger arms, to look better, and to actually fill out those t-shirts a little bit. So, as I said, we're going into the exercises, the sets, the reps, the frequency, and some key points as well. Now, this is the arm here. So, what most people don't know and what most people think is you need to build much bigger biceps to build bigger arms. The reality is the triceps here in the back of the arm are actually a larger portion of your arm. They make up more of your arm than the biceps. So tri stands for 3. Tri equals 3, which means 3 heads. So you have the long, the short, and the medial head of the tricep. Now, each of those means different things. There are specific exercises that will target one area more than the other. And then when it comes to biceps, you have 2. So you have the biceps and you have the brachii here, or the brachii. So you have different elements of the arm, and how you put together a really well portioned out training program and build bigger arms is by creating a plan that targets all of these. Now, you can't specifically isolate one part. You may hear, oh, this exercise only works the long head or whatever. It's bullshit. You cannot isolate a specific element of the arm, but you can certainly emphasize certain elements. So what we have to focus on then is creating a program that focuses more on actually training triceps and incorporates biceps as well. So everybody loves training biceps, but the reality is training triceps a little more is going to get you more arm size and growth. So volume, how many sets to grow your arms? So the science seems to point to 10 to 20 sets per week to grow. That means if you're training arms, let's say twice per week, so you have two days where you're training arms, you would need to get somewhere between 5 and 10 sets on those days. Now that could be 3 sets of curls here and 3 times, let's say, cable curl, and this could be 3 times kickback, 3 times close grip bench. So this is how you would essentially get 6 sets. So essentially you need to increase your workload across the period of the week. Now that gets you 6 sets for biceps and triceps. They do incorporate, when I'm talking about this calculation, so things like, let's say, a bench press, a shoulder press, and some chin-ups, rows. These would kind of take in triceps as well. And these would work the biceps also. So these can account towards that overall 10 to 20 sets. But you can see if you're only doing, let's say, 1 day per week of each exercise, you're only doing biceps in 1 day, you're only doing triceps in 1 day, it can be challenging to try and get the volume in that you actually need to grow if you want to get to this 10 to 20 sets range. So you would essentially need to double this up and put this part here. So we're going to do 3 sets of curls on 2 days. And we're going to do 3 sets of triceps also on 2 days. So we now have, let's say, our sort of kind of 10 sets per week. So 3, 6, 9, 12. So we're kind of in that 10 to 20 range. So we're above our 10 to 20 for these body parts. Now, a smart program, and again, I will get into this in more towards the back half of this video, but a smart program will take this into account. Just trying to move this out of the way here a little bit, tidy this up. So there are a few rep ranges that we need to consider. So we know that we need to try and get in 10 to 20 sets per week to improve and grow our arms. If you really want to take it serious, then obviously we're going to push towards that higher 20 end rep range. Again, as you're building bigger arms, it may mean that you have to put something else on the back burner a little bit. You can't just grow everything all the time exponentially. You can at the start, certainly. Any training is better than nothing. But if you get beyond that 1 to 2 years of training, you have to get a little bit more strategic. So a few rep ranges will be beneficial. 5 to 20 rep ranges will be effective. So you're 5 to 20 reps here. Now, it's not just all 8 to 12 or all 8 to 15. And this is how I would smartly or think about programming in for myself or a client if I wanted to build bigger arms. Weeks 0 to 8, I would maybe focus in the 8 to 10 rep range. Weeks 8 to 16, I would focus in the 10 to 15 rep range. Weeks 16 to 24, I would focus in the 5 to 8 and the 15 to 20. So I'm hitting all of these rep ranges here within a 24-week period, pardon me. So then across that 24-week span, I'm actually managing to hit all of the rep ranges across 6 months, as there is gains to be made in every single one. Just focusing all your time on doing 8 to 12 reps means you're going to get very trained in that rep range. So it becomes harder and harder to progress. You've still got progress you make in the 5 to 8 and then the 12 to 20. So it makes sense to program them in so that you're being exposed to each rep range over a period of time. So frequency, how often? 2 to 3 times per week to grow, and increase if you want to push. If you want to look like you lift more, then lift more. If you want bigger arms, then you have to train them more often. It's really not rocket science. But how much is too much? Well, again, if we're trying to do that 10 to 20 sets, so let's say we train bis and tris on one day. We put some biceps in at the end of a workout one day, triceps the next, biceps the next, and triceps the next. So you're in court, let's say you're training 5 times per week. You maybe have a dedicated arm day where you're doing, I don't know, probably 12 sets for biceps here, 12 sets for triceps here. And then maybe incorporating 3 here, 3 here, 3 here, and 3 here. That's pushing you up towards, this is in total, is 18 sets. So if you really want to sort of kind of max this out, we could do 4, 4, 4, and 4. So you could just do an exercise at the end of each session, or at the start of each session, a bicep, a tricep, bicep, a tricep. So you're spacing the volume out a little more, but you're getting to that 20 dedicated sets per week. And by doing the exercises more frequently, again, you're actually stimulating what's called muscle protein synthesis, which is just the switching on of essentially muscle building. That's that recovery process that's going to allow you to build muscle. So by doing this more often, you actually get more benefit. This is what I would probably do if I was really focusing on growing my arms. I'm actually currently doing something relatively similar. I have a dedicated bicep and tricep day. I actually implement another sort of kind of bicep tricep day at the start of one of my sessions, where I actually hit again 4 sessions each, and I'm doing a daily. So again, I'm doing a lot more. So what exercises now? What exercises should you be focusing on? I've made a list of 5 bicep exercises that I find to be the most effective. An EZ bar curl, really good solid exercise, should be a core. A lateral cable curl. Now, if you're watching this on YouTube, all of these exercises, I will link in the description, tutorials to each one. I have tutorials on the channel. You can also search the channel if you want to for these. Lateral cable curl, this is essentially pulling the cable in towards your head. So again, training the bicep in a different range. Just a basic rope curl, so using a rope grip and a hammer curl. A supinated dumbbell curl, as the function of the bicep is not only just to curl like this, but also to twist. So by twisting, you also have to train that. Now, supinated just simply means that you're going to supinate your arm. So you twist it as you go. So again, this range of motion here, and you're twisting as you come up. Hopefully you can see that okay. And then a preacher curl, somewhere you can really isolate the bicep and focus on only working at, there I've dropped my pen on the floor. This is real film, but I'm actually streaming this live as well. So I'm making a mess of this. There we go. This is real life. Triceps, so a single arm extension. Again, just a simple rope tricep extension. Again, I will link all of these in the description. So you're training the long head here, getting really in front of really up towards the machine, and then pressing down with one arm. So unilateral movement, so you can train each arm. Rope overhead extension, so an overhead rope, we need to train where the shoulder is also flexed and extended. So there's shoulder flexion and shoulder extension. So extensions this way, flexions this way. So we need to train in both ranges with arms above and below the shoulder, and arms above and below the head. A lying tricep extension, similar, again using dumbbells, bench dip, getting your arms behind you, and then some form of press down with a rope and a bar. So again, you have to think about how to target each individual head, or not isolate because you can't really do that, but target certainly and emphasize each individual head of the tricep. This is how you're going to maximize your gains in the gym, by doing and focusing on exercises that train each individual part of the muscle group. So, key, you must get better. There are few core things that we must tell everyone in the Fat Loss Forever program they must do. You must track all workouts. If you're not tracking, how do you know you're getting better? Track your progress, consistent progression, and improve. Add 1 rep per week. If you can add 1 rep per week to any exercise and do that for a year, think how much differently you're going to look in 12 months' time. Slow, steady progression is what it's all about. Continue to improve, get stronger, but with maintaining form, of course. And that is how you build bigger biceps. If you're struggling when it comes to building bigger arms, not biceps. When it comes to building bigger arms, if you're slowly stuck, if you're unsure what you need to do to get lean, to get fit, to get healthy, then by all means grab some of the free resources we have linked below. Just comment the word guide and I'll send you across our kind of free daily checklist. It's going to help you lose fat, boost your energy, and optimize and improve your health and performance. So comment the word guide if you'd like to send that across. Also, if you haven't done so already, make sure to like and subscribe if you're watching us on YouTube at the moment, for more future videos, and let me know, what would you like to see next? What can I help you do? What you're struggling with most? Leave a comment below. Let me create a specific video topic around that, and I'll see how I can best help you. And of course, if you want to take things a step further, by all means, apply for a Fat Loss Forever program below. We do not work with everyone, but DM me the words "Get Fit," or you will see an application linked in my page to join the Fat Loss Forever program. So if you're open to getting some serious results and you want us to remove all of the guesswork for you, well, why not do that? Speak to you all later on.